I mention this illustration as just one incident to indicate the fact that the Albany Movement did not begin through the instigation of any outside persons of our city. It began as a deeply felt expression of the hunger for true freedom that came out of the midst of our fellow citizens right here in Albany. And we are very happy that the call of the Negroes of Albany has been heard by so many persons. Freedom and democracy are everybody's business. That's why we invited them. They make no financial gains, and they have come at great expense to themselves and to the organizations for which they represent. There are some things which go beyond any measurement of dollars and cents. Human dignity is one of them. Now, there are many of you who would honestly agree that much is lacking in justice and equality in the treatment of the Negro in Albany. However, at the same time, you raise these sincere questions. Why do you have to march and sit in and go to jail? Is there no other way? Don't you care about the reputation of Albany? Well, yes, we do care deeply about the reputation of Albany, for this is our home too. But we also care for justice and righteousness in its dealing with all men. And I assure you, my friends, if we were convinced that any other way was open to securing this kind of justice, we would have chosen it. Its consequential effects upon one's entitlement to the constitutional guarantees. Certainly you would agree that the constitutional guarantees transcend the relationship between the tax burden borne and full enjoyment of them. It suffices to say that we all pay taxes on a basis of ownership of property and income. Is the landlord who ultimately pays the larger individual tax distinguishable from the Negro tenant from whom he exacts his rents? Beyond all these considerations, though, stands this fact. There are some aspirations in men's hearts which cannot be put off indefinitely, and the longing, yea, the achieving of freedom is one of them. You know that. How many of you, I am most appreciative for the opportunity to speak with you this evening. I am so not simply in answer to Mr. Gray's recent broadcast concerning the Albany Movement, but I come with an appeal to the hearts and consciences of each person of goodwill in this city. We do not believe that the police chief is the proper municipal officer to serve as the city's official spokesman in all matters relating to the Negro community. He is a law enforcement officer. Mention has also been made of the proportion of taxes paid by Negroes as against those paid by white people, and its consequential effect upon one's entitlement to the constitutional guarantees. Certainly you would agree that constitutional guarantees transcend any relationship between the tax burden borne and the full enjoyment of them. It suffices to say that we all pay taxes on the basis of ownership of property and income. Is the landlord who ultimately pays the larger individual tax distinguishable from the Negro tenant from whom he exacts his rents?